Good morning and welcome to the 11 o'clock bulletin. I am Amir Fakobna. Coming up, a U.S. delegation partners with Education Ministry to improve school water access and student health. The chairman of the Parent Teachers Association Nkwanta Community Secondary Technical School defends a suspended headmaster who appealed for full aid for WASI candidates. In innovation, a technical institute unveils a solar-powered baby incubator for rural communities. And in global affairs, Europe reacts cautiously as Trump prepares for a high-stakes summit with Putin. Stay tuned for these stories and more. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Just before the break, we brought you the top headlines. Now let's take a closer look at the stories making news across the country and beyond. Let's begin in the education sector, where clean water and students' welfare are taking center stage. A high-level United States delegation has met with Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Iddrisu, to explore the introduction of a nationwide water point system in schools, along with plans to expand academic exchange opportunities. The delegation included Floyd Hammer, executive chairman and co-founder of the Outreach Program, Kathy Hammer, co-founder of the same organization, and James Molsey, director of international partnerships at Liberty University. The team was accompanied by Mr. Augustine Canton, General Manager of Ghanaian private partner, Eclipse Investments Ghana Limited. The proposed initiative is inspired by the successful rollout of water point systems in 40 Tanzanian communities, where access to clean water led to a significant drop in school absenteeism linked to health issues. According to the team, the project would begin with a pilot phase targeting both rural and urban schools at the basic, secondary, and tertiary levels. Honorable Haruna Iddrisu welcomed the proposal and expressed the ministry's interest in innovations that support students' well-being and educational access. Still in education, a developing story from the OT region has stirred debate over leadership, food security, and students' welfare. The chairman of the Parent Teachers Association of Nkwanta Community Secondary Technical School, Michael Nayo, is calling on education authorities to reconsider the suspension of Solomon Sapon Bagme, headmaster of Nkwanta Senior High School. Mr. Bagme was suspended on Friday, August 8, after making a public appeal for food support for WASI candidates without prior clearance from the appropriate authorities. The students had remained on campus following recent unrest in the area. Explaining the situation, Mr. Nayo stated that the PTA chairpersons of all three senior high schools in the district had unanimously agreed to collect 300 Ghana cedis per candidate to provide meals. He believes the headmaster's actions were in the best interest of the students and is urging the Ghana Education Service, GES, to reverse their decision. From students' welfare to school infrastructure, the conditions under which some students are learning raise urgent questions about safety. Students of Kansam Junior High School in the Mirigu traditional area of the Kansana Nkanka West District in the Upper East region are staying under dangerous conditions in a dilapidated mud classroom block. The structure, built by the community in 2023, was a response to the lack of a junior high school in the area. Previously, pupils completing primary school had to walk between 3 to 5 kilometers to access the nearest junior high school. Currently, fewer than 40 students are enrolled at Kansam Junior High School. A new batch of primary 6 graduates is expected to join soon. However, the poor state of the math structure is forcing parents to send their children to far-off communities for better and safer learning environments despite the long distances. Local residents say the condition of the building poses a serious risk to both students and teachers, and they are calling on authorities to intervene before disaster strikes. In contrast, one technical institute is bringing innovation to the forefront, turning sunlight into life-saving care. The Bokpa Technical Institute has developed a solar-powered medical device called the Intelligent Babies Incubator, designed to improve neonatal healthcare in underserved communities. According to the school, the incubator is specifically designed for areas with unreliable electricity supply. The device features intelligent temperature control and real-time monitoring systems to ensure a stable and safe environment for premature and vulnerable newborns. School officials say the innovation is part of efforts to use technology to address critical health challenges in rural and low-resource settings. Away from that, Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Honorable Sam George, says French media giant Canal Plus, which is acquiring MultiChoice, is prepared to engage authorities over the ongoing disputes surrounding DSTV subscription rates. The standoff began on August 1 when the minister, speaking at the government's accountability series, directed the National Communications Authority to suspend DSTV's broadcasting licenses if subscription prices were not reduced by August 7. Honorable Sam George explained that Canal Plus, which already owns more than a third of MultiChoice shares and has received antitrust clearance in South Africa for a full takeover, has indicated its readiness to hold discussions with Ghana's regulator once the acquisition is fully concluded. We now share solemn moments in the Ashanti region as religious leaders pay their respect to a beloved Queen Mother, the Archbishop of Kumasi, Most Reverend Gabriel Justice Anoche. On Wednesday, August 13, led a Catholic Church delegation to the Menchia Palace to console the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II following the passing of his sister, Asantehema Nana Kunedu Iadom III. The group also visited the Asanteheme's court, where they offered prayers and expressed condolences to the royal family. Nana Kunedu Iadom III, the 14th Queen Mother of the Asante Kingdom, was widely respected for her strength, loyalty, and commitment to preserving Asante culture and tradition. She ascended to the stool 5 years ago, following the death of her mother, Nana Efia Kobi Zawa Apem II. Let's now shift to international news, where a major summit is drawing attention from world leaders. European leaders expressed cautious optimism following a virtual meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday, just 2 days before his scheduled summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska, aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. According to French President Emmanuel Macron, Trump said his main goal for the summit is to secure a ceasefire between Moscow and Kyiv. Trump also agreed that any decisions on territorial matters must involve Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, and that security guarantees should be included in any agreement. Macron noted that the discussion allowed Trump to clarify his intentions and gave European leaders an opportunity to outline their expectations ahead of the talks. Meanwhile, in South Korea, a coffee culture clash is brewing, and it has nothing to do with espresso. Starbucks customers in South Korea have been asked to stop bringing bulky office equipment like printers, and desktop computers into cafes. Some customers even brought partitions and multiple computers to claim workspace, raising concerns over shared seating space. As remote work continues, Starbucks aims to balance being a casual coffee spot while welcoming those who work from its cafes. The company emphasized that laptops, tablets, and mobile phones remain welcome, but items that disrupt the shared space and limit seating are not longer allowed. In sports news, Accra Heart of Oak will face city rivals Accra Great Olympics in the second edition of the Democracy Cup on Thursday, August 29, 2025. The Democracy Cup, launched in 2024, as a parliamentary initiative, uses football to promote democratic values, encourage civic participation, and foster peaceful coexistence. Heart of Oak returns to the competition after missing out on last year's title, which was won by Asante Kotoko in the inaugural tournament. And in England, a Ghanaian-born defender is turning heads with his recent performance. England-born defender of Ghanaian descent, Brendan Redu, opened his scoring account for Plywood Argyle in their EFL Cup victory over Queen's Park Rangers on Tuesday night. Redu, starting his second match this season after joining Plymouth this summer, joined or helped overturn a 2-goal deficit at home. QPR initially took the lead through Daniel Burney in the 21st minute, followed by a goal from Ryan Colley before halftime. But Redu changed the game early in the second half, scoring just 3 minutes after the break to ignite Plymouth's comeback. Now to entertainment, where a piece of pop history has changed or just fetched a dazzling prize. A single glittery sock won by late pop superstar Michael Jackson during a 1997 concert in Nice, France, has sold for more than $8,000 US dollars at auction. The white athletic sock, adorned with sparkling rhinestones, was part of Michael Jackson's iconic History World Tour. Organizers described the crystal embroidered sock as a cult object and included it among other prized music memorabilia. Here's the latest from tech news. Artificial intelligence startup Bitz Ii has made a surprise 34.5 US a 34.5 billion US dollars takeover bid for Google's Chrome internet browser. In a letter to Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet, Google's parent company, Bitz Ii said moving Chrome to an independent operator focused on user safety would benefit the public. However, some technology investors have dismissed the offer as a stunt, saying it undervalues Chrome and noting that it's unclear whether their platform is actually for sale. This has been your news bit on Channel MOE. I am Amir Fakopna. Thanks for staying with us.